A very cheerful good morning, everyone. Welcome to Digital World of Patania Public School. But as you know, in previous lecture we learned decisional statement, and in decisional statement we learn if condition, and second is your if else condition. Now today we learn about the if else statement. If else if statement. Sometimes you need to check another condition in case the test condition. The name of the condition is test condition of if evaluate to false. If evaluate to false. When our condition is false, then what you want to check it. That is, you want to check a condition when control reaches else part. Condition test in the form of else if. For example, if we have multiple choice, if plus operator is there, then do the addition. If minus operator is there, then do the subtraction. If multiplication is there, then do the multiplication. So when we add in a single program and multiple condition, then we use the if elif statement. To understand this, we learn one example here. Refer to the program 9.3 given earlier, where we have used if inside another if else. For example, we take the in last video we take the example if else condition. If marks greater than equal to 33, then pass, else fail. Okay, but if marks 0, if marks 0, we want to display any other statement for this, then we use the if elif statement. To serve conditions as above, that is in else if form or if inside and else, Python provide if elif and if elif else. You can say if elif, or if you want to add the else operator also, if you want to add the else statement also, then use the if elif else statement. The general form of this statement is, this is the syntax of your if elif statement. If condition expression, here you want to enter the condition. For example, if option is equal to plus, if option is equal to plus, then what? Then do the, for example, our variable name is a and b, then do the a plus b, and after that what? Then display the result. Or maybe you add multiple statement like a plus b, or you want to add something else here. For example, you want to display the grade also, then you write down the grade here also. So elif second condition is your, if in first condition you write down the plus operator, then in second elif you write down the minus, then in third elif you write down the multiply, divide, and all these all. This is the syntax for if elif statement. Uh, so how you implement it? First you write down the if, then you write down the condition, and then write down the colon. Colon is very important, beta. So after that you write down the statement, one statement, two statement, three statement, that is your choice totally. After that elif, then you write down the second condition, then you write down the statement, and in last, if candidate or if user entered invalid operator, invalid choice, then what? Then we want to display this type of result in the else condition. Okay, now the above mentioned example can be coded in Python. For example, if runs greater than equal to 100, if runs greater than equal to 100, same like the previous example, if marks greater than equal to 33, then print pass. So here print batsman scored a century. Elif runs greater than equal to 50, If runs greater than equal to 100, then write down century. But if runs greater than equal to 50, then what? Then write down batsman scored a 50. Else, otherwise, what you want to display? Otherwise, print batsman has neither scored a century nor 50. Let us have a look at some more code examples. If num less than 0, then what? Negative number. So print number here you enter, for example, -5, -3, -4, any number. So here display the number, and after that display this is your negative number. And if number is equal to 0, then what it display? Print first, it display the number and then display the is equal to 0. And else your number is positive, then display as number is positive. Okay. Another example we taken here. If we have sales greater than equal to 30,000, greater than equal to 30,000, then discount sales multiply 0.18, sales multiply 0.18. elif sales greater than equal to 20,000, then sales multiply discount is 0.15%. If again elif sales greater than equal to 10,000, then what? Then discount is 0.10%. Okay. And as your discount is 0.05. So how you implement it in practical? You see this example here first, then we do the practical of this program that reads two number. So for reading these two number, we need to input the two number first. So number one, number two, you write down number one, number two, you write down number one, number two, you write down A, B, anything, any number. So you take two variable, and in these two variable, you input these values. And an arithmetic operator. Everyone know about the arithmetic operator. In last chapter, we learned the arithmetic operator like plus, minus, multiply, divide, mod, floor, division. These all are the arithmetic operators. So we work with the two numbers and arithmetic operators and display the computed result. Display the computed result. So what is the program? First understand this program, beta. In this program, we need two numbers, and after these two numbers, when we input two numbers, and if we enter the plus symbol, if we enter the plus symbol, then your compiler will calculate a plus b, for example, your number one plus number two. But if you display the minus, if you enter your minus operator, then it do the subtraction of two numbers. But if you input the multiplication sign, multiplication operator, then your program will be calculate multiplication of number one and number two. Okay, so for this, first we need the first variable number one is equal to, and after that you decide your data type here. After that you decide here your data type. For example, your data type is float, integer, which type of value you want to enter. So here we, for example, in this program here, they take float. So float means your decimal value. So if you want to enter the 3.4, then you use the float. Okay. And after that you take the second number 2 is equal to float, and after that it take the input function, and input function it take the one statement, enter second number. This is your message that will display on your screen. And after that op is the another name of the option, or op is the another name of the variable. So op stands for option. So you take here any name of the variable. Here we take the op is equal to input. Here we use the input function, and in input function we display a statement for user easiness, plus, minus, multiply. So user input these number, but if user not inputting these number, and he or she will be display input, for example 9, 7, xy, any other operator, then what we do? Then we display in else invalid operator. Okay, So we take one more or variable here, result is equal to 0. So starting value is starting from the 0. So after that, if option is equal to plus, if our option is equal to plus, then number 1 plus number 2 and what? And print num1 plus num2 is equal to our value, answer of plus. After that, if L, this is the if mean plus, but elif option is equal to minus, if user input the minus operator, then what we do, number 1 minus number 2, so subtraction. Elif if user input the multiplication sign, then our calculation is multiplication, and if user input the divide sign, then result is equal to division, and if display the mode sign, then it calculate the mode. Okay, and else print invalid operator and print number 1 option number 2 is equal to result. So let's do the practical of this, so you understand easily. Open it, your script mode. So here I have taken number 1. The name of the variable is number 1. Instead of this number 1, you take A, B, C. But when you take the A, you everywhere, for example, number 1, you write down A, and number 1, you write down A, number 1, write down A, here number 1. So everywhere where we write number 1, everywhere you write down the A. But here I have taken number 1. Okay, after that, int. Why we write int here? Because I want to input the value integer type, number type, whole number, as like 70, 30, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 30 lakh, anything. This here we use the int data type. After that we use the input. After that we use the input function, and input function we write down a message, enter number 1. Same like you input the number 2 for read the second number. So user input number 1 and number 2. For example, in number 1 it input the 7, and in number 2 it input the 8. So and this is also input by the user option, opt stands for your option. You take here option, any variable name you can take on here, and is equal to, after that you use the input function, and then we write down enter your choice. So you write down here any message, like enter your choice plus minus operator, or you can write down enter your choice operator. You write down anything here for the identification of the user. After that we take one variable here, result is equal to 0. Better understand this point, this equal to and this equal to are the differ. This is your assignment operator, we assign the 0 to the result. So starting value of result is starting from the 0, but here we write down the double equal sign. So what is the difference between this single equal and this double equal? This is your conditional operator, this is your conditional operator equal sign. So here we compare option is equal to plus. If our inputting operator is plus, then what we do, then result is equal to number 1. Why we write down number 1? Because user input the value in number 1, and after that plus number 2, because user entered the number 2 in number 2 variable. Okay, after that print, what we print, we write down number 1. So here what will display, so here display the number 1 that input by the user. After that write down the comma. Better listen one point carefully here. When you write down number 1 directly without the inverted comma or without the quote, then this is your variable name. If your variable name, if you want to display the variable, if you want to display the inputting value in your program, then you write down directly variable name. Like my variable name is number 1, so I have written here number 1. After that, opt, what is opt? Option. And in option, what is the input value? These plus, minus, multiply and divide. So we want first it display the number one like 7. After that user input the value plus. If want to calculate the addition, so user input the plus. So here first display the inputting value, for example 7. So here display the 7 opt operator plus minus multiply, then number 2, for example number 2 it is, so write here input the 8, and after that again write down the comma, and after comma equal sign, and in equal sign display after result, and in result here number 1 plus number 2, so 7 plus 8, so your answer is 15. So what is the output of this? If a user input the plus operator, so what is the answer of this? 7 plus operator, then number 2 8, then equal, then 7 plus 8 what happened? 15. So any number input by the not fixed 7 and 8, this is only the example. After that if user input the minus, then we do the minus here, and same display the result. But if inputting value is, if your choice is multiplication, then we do the multiplication here, multiply here, and we display the multiplication result here. After that if uh, uh, you write down elif again, if divide, if user choose the division operator, then we divide the number 1 divided by the number 2, and then result will be displayed. Otherwise if user input invalid operator like user input star ampersand sign, bracket, 9 0 x y z, anything, if user input, then else. So you write down here else. First you write down if, then elif, then again elif. So many multiple choices are there, so you write down again elif elif, and in the last you write down else. Otherwise, else means otherwise, print invalid operator, and in invalid operator also display number 1 comma option comma number 2 equal to result. So now you run this program with click on the F5 and run it. So now you enter first value, for example first value is 34, and second value enter number 2, so user input the number 2 5, for example. So enter your choice, so user choice, for example plus. So if they decide plus, then what is the happen? 34 plus 5 is equal to 39. Again run this program. We do the uh, multiplication now. So again open it and run this program again. Okay, and now you enter, for example 23, and here we write down 3. So now my choice is multiplication, so 3 3 are 9, 3 2 are 6, so my answer is 69. But what happened if we input the invalid operator? So again open your program, run it again, minimize it better, and again run this program. And now for example we input 67 and 9, and this time I have input operator choices. I have don't taken plus minus multiply divide, I have taken p, for example. So what is the happen? Invalid operator 67 p9 is equal to invalid operator. Okay, but if my value is 3.7, if my value is 3.7, then what? Then see beta, here I have input 3.7, so error will be displayed. Why this error will be displayed? Because we have taken 3.7, and in our program we have taken here integer. But 3.7 is the which type of number, which type of data type? Your floating data type. So you change it with the float, float. Float means floating point. And when you take the float, then you input decimal values here. And for example my second number is also in decimal, so you write down here float, and now you run it, click on OK, and now you enter 3.7. So you taken it. Okay, so after that we write down 8, and then we write down plus operator, and here is answer 3.7 plus 8.0 is equal to 11.7. So if your value is in decimal point, then you take the float, but if your value is in uh, whole number, then you take the integer here. So this is the difference between the int and the float. So this is the example of your if elif statement. If elif statement. Okay, your next statement is the nested if statement. The nested if means if between the if. We write down first if, then we again write down the if. So if we have two conditions, for example, if marks greater than 30, greater than equal to 33, and my second condition in same time, if grade is D, for example, if grade is D, then what we want to display. So if this type of statement is there, then we use the nested if instead of elif. Sometimes above discussed forms of if are not enough, you may need to test additional conditions. For such situations, Python also supports nested if form of if. Nested if form of if. A nested if is an if that has another if in its if is body, or in elif body, or in its else body. So nested if can have one of the following form. First form is, this is the syntax of your nested if. So if condition expression, so here you write down the condition like greater than 0, less than 0, greater than equal to 33, any condition according to your program. After that, write down second condition here, if grade, for example, or discount, for example, anything. If multiple condition is there, then you write down the nested if. And after that we write down the else. After that we use again elif here, and in elif we write down the second condition, then display statement, same like above example, operator example, else, otherwise display the statement else. One is the this form. Second form is if inside elif's body. You write down, here you write down if inside the if, but here we write down if, then we write down elif, and in elif we write down again if. So this is the two forms you write down in your nested if, and nested if means if between the if condition. So here you take an if conditional expression. So here we write down the condition greater than equal to less than anything, then after that you write down the statement, then next statement, then elif second statement, then what we want to display. So form third, so third form is also, and fourth form is also available in nested if. In this you write down if and elif, after that you write down else. So here we complete our elif statement. After elif, we write down again if and else. We write down in this form also. And your other form is, in first if you write down again if, then else. This else is used for this if. Okay. After that we write down elif, and after that we write down again if. So this if use within this if, and this if use in elif if. And after that we write down else, and then we again write down else statement, and in else statement again we write down if. So you input so many times of if, elif, if else, if else, if else, and this is called your nested if. So this is the example of your if nested if. So in this program you see program that read three numbers, program that need read three numbers integer and print them in ascending order, print them in ascending order. So first you input the first number, then second number, then third number, and after that minimum is equal to maximum is equal to mid, minimum, medium, and maximum, or is equal to none. So what is the program? Program that read three number integer and print them in ascending order, then print them in ascending order. So if x less than y and x less than z, then if y less than z, and display minimum, medium, maximum, so x comma y comma z. Else minimum, medium, maximum is x, so now medium is z. Here medium is y, here medium is x, but here medium is z, and then display the y is your maximum. Elif y less than x and y less than z, then what? If x less than z, minimum, medium and maximum. Minimum is y, now max, your medium is x, so here medium is y, here medium is x, z, and here medium is x, and then display your maximum is z. Else minimum, medium and maximum is equal to your y, z, so here is x, but here is your z, and then display the x. So this is the example of your complete is your nested if example. So you do the practical of this if elif and your nested if statement, and in next video we meet with the next statement or storing conditions. Thank you so much for watching this video, and in next video we meet with the next topic. Thank you so much, beta.